In video games, repetition isn't always a bad thing. Repeating a fun activity can be really enjoyable, right? But like with all the other games in the Warriors series, you're only repeating one action over and over again in Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2. And that action isn't very amusing to begin with. You mash the attack button to cut up thousands of robots until you're blue in the face. There are dozens and dozens of hours of gameplay here, but every hour is just like the hour before that. Maybe you're on land, maybe you're in space, but no matter where you're slicing and dicing, Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2 is totally devoid of joy and personality.
Cover me, now! Search and destroy!
Yet as brainless as it is, it's amazing that there are so many ways to experience it. There are loads of different characters, each with his or her own stories and missions. You can outfit them in a variety of different Gundam suits and access more suits and suit parts as you progress. There's a lot of narrative here, some of it delivered by some rather bad voice actors speaking really bad dialogue, but honestly, unless you're a Gundam fan familiar with all these characters, none of it's gonna make a lick of sense.
This, my friend, is war.
These elements do practically nothing to enliven the bland combat that drives each mission. You'll have some combos to string together and special moves depending on your Gundam suit, but mostly you just slam on the attack button as you carve your way through huge masses of completely mindless bots. Every so often, the AI will wake up and hammer you cheaply with a series of frustrating knockdowns, but for the most part, your enemies share the same sense of urgency as a tortoise crawling across an empty beach. You'll do all of this on an invisible two-dimensional surface in space or in a series of ugly and uninspired ground locales, but the whole thing never really changes. The bland sound effects drone on, and the bizarre sense of scale makes it feel like you're a small toy robot fighting in eensy-teensy forests and cities. So you'll get bored, but there's no reason to be lonely. A friend can join you in local split-screen co-op, or you can play competitively online. The only interesting online mode is War Mode, where you and up to 3 others compete to finish various objectives on the battlefield. The others are just deathmatch variants without the AI hordes. Once you've taken away all the sacrificial mechanical masses, you'll discover that Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2 is even more boring with online buddies than it is without them. Go figure. Dynasty Warriors fans know exactly what they're getting here. If you're one of those folks, prepare to be unsurprised. No one else is going to understand the appeal. There's nothing wrong with mindless entertainment, of course. It's just that Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2 is missing the entertainment part.